Have you ever heard footsteps above your ceiling in the middle of the night and told yourself it was just an animal? That's what I thought too, until the night I pointed my flashlight upward and saw a man, a naked man, standing on my roof, staring down at me. This is a story I've never told anyone, not even my therapist, because deep down, I still don't believe it myself. My name is Ethan Cole, and when this happened, I was 26 years old. Growing up, my teeth were terrible, like something out of a dentist's nightmare. Crowded, twisted, painful. So when my dentist told me I had to get my wisdom teeth removed, I knew it was coming. I just didn't think it would be that bad. But I waited too long. Most people get theirs out in high school. I didn't do it until after I graduated college, when I finally had the money and the courage. The surgery went fine, but the recovery, that's what destroyed me. My face was swollen, my jaw locked, and the pain was unbearable. I couldn't eat, couldn't speak, couldn't sleep. The doctor gave me 2 types of painkillers and told me to alternate between them every 3 hours. So that's what I did. Set alarms for every 3 hours through the night. Sleep 3 hours, wake up, take a pill, repeat. It sounds simple, but after a week of doing that, your body breaks. Your mind starts to slip. I stopped feeling human. Everything was foggy, like I was stuck between dreaming and waking up. And that's when it happened. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and stared toward the window. Nothing. Just trees swaying under the moonlight. I tried to lie back down, but the noise came again. This time, closer. Right above my room. Something snapped inside me. Maybe stupidity, maybe curiosity, but I decided to check it out. I threw off my blanket, slipped on my shoes, and crept through the house. The floorboards creaked under my feet as I passed the living room. The house felt empty, cold, and wrong. In the garage, I found one of my dad's big flashlights, the kind construction workers use. Heavy, bright, reliable. I stepped outside. The night air was colder than before, sharp enough to sting my face. The woods behind our house were pitch black, stretching endlessly. I pointed the flashlight upward toward my window. Nothing. Then slowly, I panned across the roofline. Still nothing. But when I reached the far corner of the roof, near the front of the house, something moved. I flicked my wrist and aimed the light at it. And that's when I saw him. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and stared toward the window. Nothing. Just trees swaying under the moonlight. I tried to lie back down, but the noise came again. This time, closer, right above my room. Something snapped inside me. Maybe stupidity, maybe curiosity, but I decided to check it out. I threw off my blanket, slipped on my shoes, and crept through the house. The floorboards creaked under my feet as I passed the living room. The house felt empty, cold, and wrong. In the garage, I found one of my dad's big flashlights, the kind construction workers use. Heavy, bright, reliable. I stepped outside. The night air was colder than before, sharp enough to sting my face. The woods behind our house were pitch black,
stretching endlessly. I pointed the flashlight upward toward my window. Nothing. Then, slowly, I panned across the roofline. Still nothing. But when I reached the far corner of the roof, near the front of the house, something moved. I flicked my wrist and aimed the light at it. And that's when I saw him.
The thud of his body hitting the concrete was so loud it echoed through the whole yard. I gasped. He couldn't have survived that fall. No one could. But before I could react, he stood up. I saw his face clearly for the first time, his eyes wide and empty, his mouth stretched open like he was smiling. He ran straight at me. I barely had time to turn before he slammed into me, knocking me to the ground. I felt his hands clawing at my face, his nails slicing into my skin. He was growling, no, snarling like an animal. I screamed, I kicked, but he was unbelievably strong. Then, the back door burst open. My dad ran out, yelling, swinging a wrench at the man. He managed to grab him by the arm, but the stranger twisted free, his body jerking unnaturally fast, and then sprinted toward the trees. Within seconds, he vanished into the darkness.
My dad rushed me to the hospital. I was bleeding badly, deep scratches across my face and neck. The doctors asked what happened, and we both said the same thing. A man attacked me. They looked at us like we were insane. The police came later. They searched the woods, the roof, the attic. Nothing. No footprints, no fingerprints, no blood. But the next morning, my dad found something. Up near the attic vent, there were scratch marks. Deep, long ones, like someone had been trying to dig their way inside. We installed cameras after that, motion lights too. And for the first few nights, nothing happened. But then, around 3:12 a.m., one of the motion sensors went off. My dad checked the feed. The camera showed the roof. Nothing. But just as the video ended, one frame, less than a second, you could see it. A hand, pale, crawling into the corner of the screen. And that's when I stopped sleeping with my window open.
So, if you ever wake up and hear scratching above your ceiling, don't look. Don't open the window. And whatever you do, don't go outside. Have you ever looked outside your window at night and seen someone standing there, perfectly still, as if they were waiting for you to notice them? My name's Ryan Hale, and this story happened last summer. Even now, I can barely say it out loud, because deep down, I know that man is still out there. Our house was always considered a bit strange. My dad designed it himself. Modern, he called it. But to everyone else, it looked more like a maze. Instead of a normal porch or front walkway, there's this long, narrow passage, a covered hallway that leads from the front gate to the main door. It's like walking through a tunnel made of glass and wood, half inside, half outside. My bedroom sits right next to that hallway. If I look out my window, I can see the front door perfectly. Anyone standing there would have their back to me. I used to think it was a cool design, until that night. Now, I wish my room had no windows at all.
It was early June when my parents left for their annual trip to visit my aunt in Colorado. They'd be gone for a full week, leaving me with the house to myself for the first time. To be honest, I was excited. I was 21, had just finished my second year of college, and the idea of having total freedom No curfews, no questions, felt like a dream. That first night, I invited my girlfriend, Emma, over. We watched a couple of old horror movies, ordered pizza, and talked until almost midnight. It was the kind of night that felt normal, safe. Nothing about it hinted at what was coming. We went to bed around 1 a.m. The house was quiet except for the occasional creak of wood, the kind of sound you don't notice until everything else goes silent. Around 2:15, I woke up to a sound, a faint metallic scraping, like something being dragged across concrete. Emma stirred beside me, half asleep. "Probably raccoons," I whispered. I wanted to believe that, but the sound wasn't random, it had rhythm. Scrape, pause, scrape, and it was coming from the driveway. I slipped out of bed, threw on a hoodie, and told Emma to stay put. The floor felt cold against my bare feet as I made my way down the hall. Every step echoed, sharp, deliberate, like the house itself was listening. When I reached the front door, I flicked on the exterior light. Nothing. The soft glow from the porch only lit the first few feet of concrete. Everything beyond that was swallowed in darkness. I hesitated, then stepped outside. The air was thick and heavy, humid in that way that makes your skin stick. I scanned the yard with my phone flashlight. That's when I saw one of the trash cans flipped over. Its lid lay a few feet away, spinning slightly, like it had just fallen. I sighed of relief. Just an animal, I told myself. But deep down, I wasn't sure. Still, I walked over and started picking up the scattered garbage. The smell was sour. The driveway was quiet. Too quiet.
I went back inside and locked the door behind me. The house felt colder now, like the air itself had changed while I was outside. Emma was half asleep when I climbed back into bed. I whispered that it was just a raccoon, hoping my voice sounded steadier than I felt. She nodded, turned over, and within minutes, her breathing slowed. But I couldn't sleep. The quiet was too deep, unnaturally still. My eyes drifted toward the window beside my bed. Through the thin curtain, I could see faint light spilling into the room. That's when I heard it. A soft, metallic tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Like someone gently striking glass with a coin. At first, I thought I was imagining it, a leftover sound from my dream. But it didn't stop. The tapping was deliberate, rhythmic, and it was coming from the window. Every instinct screamed at me to ignore it, but curiosity, or stupidity, made me move. Slowly, I pulled back the curtain just an inch. At first, all I saw was darkness. Then, faintly illuminated by the porch light, was a figure. A man. He was standing at the front door, directly beneath my window, his back turned toward me. Completely still. Not knocking, not moving, just tapping. His finger, pale and thin, repeatedly tapped the glass panel on the door. Tap, tap, tap. I watched, frozen. Something about the way he moved didn't look right. His arm bent too stiffly, his head twitching slightly after every tap. And then, he stopped. He turned. I dropped instantly below the window, heart pounding so loud I was sure he could hear it. For what felt like an eternity, I stayed there, crouched in the dark, my breath trapped in my throat. Finally, I forced myself to look again, and that's when I saw him, right outside my window,
face pressed against the glass. Skin gray and wrinkled like melted wax, eyes wide, mouth open in a silent grin. I screamed. Emma shot up beside me, confused and terrified. "There's someone out there," I shouted, yanking the curtain shut. She grabbed my arm as I reached for my phone, hands shaking. I called the police, and while I spoke to the operator, I could still hear it faintly from outside. Tap, tap, tap.